Hello YouTube and welcome back to another showcase video for the Two-Handed Savagery Archon. This time we're going to be doing the Steps of Torment. This is the first time this character has done the Steps of Torment. Let's get in there. So this first floor here is kind of the entryway. The only things of note in here is potentially one spawn location for a treasure trove. So while I'm clearing through all the trash, I will go over the character a bit. Since I have hit level 100, I've done, what are we up to now, 5 or 6 hours? Let's say 7, okay? Let's say I've done 7 hours of farming stuff. I literally just did a totem in this session, which dropped the Avengers Crusher for me. That will be shown in a separate highlights video. And I have the same amulet and gloves as from the Bastion of Chaos video, and everything else is the same. Nothing else has changed. In fact, this is about maybe half an hour to an hour after I recorded the Bastion of Chaos video. So this particular dungeon is the one that I consider to be the easiest. The only reason I didn't do this one before Bastion of Chaos is this amulet and its ridiculous vitality and chaos resistance bonuses. I'm pretty sure because of that amulet, this dungeon is actually going to be easier than Bastion of Chaos was. So I do have the map on my other screen, but this is also just part of the entry for this. We haven't gone past the door yet. We do have the quest from the ghost outside to kill, what's his name, Zarthuzalan or something like that. So I will be doing that. But when you come into this place, there's often going to be a totem on the way. Occasionally I think you can get 2. There will also be a totem inside the Skeleton Key dungeon, and there can be treasure troves. Now, I just hit the spawn location on this level for the treasure trove. It's not there. So I'm going to move to the next area fairly quickly. This location here can have the undead nemesis. Unfortunately, they don't hate me enough, so I don't have the nemesis unlocked yet. So there won't be a nemesis here, unfortunately. I will try and show that if I find him, if I unlock it in a reasonable period, I am more or less keeping the gear that I had at level 100, so when I unlock it later I may make a video sort of showing it with the older gear. But I don't really expect that it's going to be particularly difficult to kill him. So Misery is the last level before you get into the actual Skeleton Key dungeon. I'm going to skip a lot of this stuff actually, because I want to not have an hour-long video for this. However, there is stuff over this way that I do want to hit, including potentially an Exalted Chest, which is not there. Okay. The door's blocked. So we'll go around. There is spawn location, looks like 2 spawn locations for the undead nemesis on this floor. I am actually just going to do this because it's a fight and it's basically a totem at this point. I don't get the devotion point, but it will drop loot. So we're going to kill that. Nemesis could potentially spawn here if you're on a character that has it unlocked. And there is potentially a treasure trove, which is not here. Secret wall, hidden stash, bunch of stuff. Right. There are 2 more potential treasure trove locations and 1 more location that the Exalted Stash could be in. I'm not sure actually if these floors share the Exalted Stash with the actual not Bastion, the actual Steps of Torment dungeon. But we'll have a look. Here's the treasure trove, and there's the exalted chest. So we got it all at once, which is nice, I guess. Good to have it. My exalted stash, lacerator girdle. Sounds like bleeding damage. Physical as well. Okay. I'm not using it, but could be good. Does it have skills on it? No +1 to a particular mastery. So I'm not going to go there because I've already found it, but you could also potentially have had in this room here the exalted stash or the treasure trove, and there's also another potential nemesis spawn in there. So let me just clear this up. This gate is going to lock you in for a boss fight with Zarthuzalin, who does a ton of fire damage. Should be relatively simple. I can't see him being harder than the boss of the Bastion of Chaos, but maybe. I'm going to get out of whatever that is he's put on the floor. Probably fire, may have some chaos in it, not sure. But he is dead. Now, when you do this the first time, this guy here, Calderos, will give you the recipe for the skeleton key and a skeleton key. When you click on this door, it will open and you will be able to go in one time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Devil's Crossing, I'm going to sell all my loot and empty my bags. So all of these blue things can go, and that's it. Right. Now I need the skeleton key to open the door, but the rest can go in the bank. And just for those who are interested, this is how much farming I've done. These are the legendaries. I did blow up a few of them at the start, and these are the pieces of gear I had at level 100. So that's most of the legendaries since I hit level 100. It's not all of them, I did blow a few up. Right. So, in we go. Gates of Anguish have been opened. Make haste, as they will not remain so for long. Basically what this means is you can go through the doors once they close, they don't open again in this session, so if you die, if you're playing on softcore, you can't get back in unless you reset your instance, so basically exit to the menu and come back into the game, at which point you will have to pay another skeleton key to open the door, and if you're on hardcore, if you die, well, you're dead. So, right. So we are on the suffering floor. On this floor, there is a reliquary, there is 2 potential nemesis spawn locations and 2 potential totem spawn locations, as well as a boss fight with Igor the Eternal. Now, I don't have the nemesis unlocked, so that's pretty pointless, but if you do, he can be in here. I think it's something like 25% chance that you will find him in this dungeon in any particular game. Don't quote me on that, I haven't done the numbers. Alright, Chamber of Souls. This is a treasure chest that you have to fight for, and they lock you in here, so you either win or you die, or you hit escape and close your session. So my health bar is actually going down a fair amount from whatever that is. It's probably goop on the ground, and we're going to get out of that mess. This dungeon does have a lot of cold damage, and my cold resistances are at 80%. Considerably lower than the 91% chaos res I had for Bastion of Chaos. And I guess the secondary damage in here is going to be piercing from all the archers, and my piercing is also at 80%. When you do this, don't forget to pop the actual reliquary. Any loot that's in there. Let's turn the loot back on. So I got a purple and a blue. So 1 set of purple gloves for what looks like elemental damage in general, and a blue that's, there. Alright, so I'm going to walk up past all of this. You know what, I'm not even going to fight most of it. Until we get down here. Actually back here, there is... where is it? Over here in the corner. Let me get rid of these. Oh, hero monster. Like I said in the Chaos, Bastion of Chaos video, you might want to, you know, kill everything, or as much as you can, to try and get your money's worth out of your skeleton key. Personally, I don't usually, because I think it's better to just open another dungeon and get another boss and another boss room full of chests and such. But you might want to, and that's fine. So that little secret there, there is another one, where is it, here? And in here you can find, where is it, this one? Totally normal buckler. Anytime you see a statue with a dude with 2 shields, and there's a set of pot at his feet, there is a purple weapon in there, and it's going to be a totally normal bulwark, buckler, whatever they're called. There's a few of them. So this is there every single game. +1 to Shaman, +1 to Oathkeeper, and I'm not going to use it. Potential Nemesis spawn in this room, for those who have it unlocked. Ordinarily, this is not blocked off. That's actually the first time I've seen that side blocked off and not been able to go that way. So I have to go this way, which means I need to go into this little room here. This is the other potential spawn location for the Undead Nemesis. And one of the locations the totem could be, and today it is here. Now I'm going to clear the area because unlike the Chaos guys, the undead actually do scare me still. Because they are heavy physical and cold, and a decent amount of piercing on the trash, but most of the big things that scare me do heavy, cold, and physical. And my cold res is only at the cap. They do still scare me, so I'm going to pop this and I'm going to run down here. And a lot of them, or some of them, will follow me, and I will kill them without their friends who will spawn in the second wave, coming to mess with me, I hope. I hope those procs didn't just summon the friends. Anyway, let's get into them. Alright, and now I can go fight them. Doesn't look like there was any heroes in this totem. I think that might be the first time I've seen it, and considering it's an ancient totem, is there another wave? Nope. That was very strange. I have never seen a totem at all just not have any ancient or any heroes in it. But it is what it is. So there's nothing here. Just trash. Kill the priests. I hate priests, they always heal and stuff. Alright, here's the door down, but we're not done on this level. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Keep on going back. I think I am gonna clear this door just so I don't accidentally get killed when I come back. Okay, this section here, with the door, is a boss fight. And one thing you want to make sure you do when you go in here, and especially if you can clear the other side as well, is there's no priests over here, which is good. Because if there are priests on the other side of the door, and you can't get to them, and they heal this guy up, it's possible that they just make him invincible. So you see here, I'm trapped in the bone trap. If he traps you outside of melee range, and you're relying on your attack damage converted to health to heal you up, you might just die. I am also standing. I wasn't standing in. I thought I was standing in ground effect, but apparently not. So that's fine. Now, I have got my finger on the Aether cluster. I'm hoping I don't need to use it, but he is doing a lot of damage. Debuff, 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 cold damage. Actually doing fire damage. Either him or one of his friends. So he's down. And he drops a medal. Which is not for this build. What build was that for? I was reading, looking at a build guide the other day, and it was using this. Drain Essence, perhaps. I'm not sure. Either way, not for us. And there's nothing else over there. So we'll go down to the next level. Which is going to be called Anguish. Okay, so this is the final floor. On this floor you will find 2 Nemesis spawns. You will find potentially another reliquary. You will find another totem, perhaps. I think you only get 1 totem, and it could be on the previous floor or here. But maybe I'm wrong, and there's another totem. This particular room here, I think... No, I'm still in the first section. There's another reliquary, and there is the merchant for the dungeon, as well as the boss, obviously. So there's a lot going on this floor. Potentially in the next room to the south here, not this one, but like this next room, could potentially be a totem. So coming through here, this room right here has a Nemesis spawn location for those of you who have unlocked it. There's probably a bunch of stuff about to pop out of the ground. Yep. Anytime you open a chest on bones like this, is that bones or cobbles, rocks, something? Expect stuff to pop up out of the ground, especially if it's a decent sized chest. Okay, so across this way. Looks like I'm going to get to the merchant before I get to the access to the boss room. Typically I've found I get to the boss room long before I get to the merchant. I am going to go have a look at the merchant, but I don't expect to find anything to buy. This is another reliquary. You can see the bone coffer is locked. If you do this, do make sure to actually open the bone coffer. Got another purple. Will Thrower of Dreeg. If I remember when I'm done with this dungeon, I'll show you in town, but I've been getting a ton of ranged weapons. Like probably a quarter of all of the purples I've had. I showed, I think, the page and a half of purples. There's another tab that's like a third full with ranged weapons. It's crazy to me how many guns and crossbows this game has. Right, so you got all the ghostly MIs. All ghostly MIs. That'll be relic. Okay, I was expecting that to be the skeleton key recipe. But this guy can sell you a bunch of recipes, blueprints, and like all of the merchants in key dungeons, they won't buy anything from you. This next room over here has potentially a totem. It is not there currently, and that's the entry. So the only thing left on this floor is potentially a totem, sort of here-ish, but I think that would have shown up on the map by now if I was going to get that. There is one more Nemesis location, which I'll point out as we go past it, and there is the boss. That's it. So this room could have a totem here. Looks like you only get the 1 totem for the dungeon instead of 1 per level, which kind of makes sense. Heroic chest, and here they come out of the ground every time. So right here is potentially a Nemesis location. And then there's actually a fairly extensive secret area down here in the bottom left corner, which I guess I can show just because it's kind of cool. Doesn't show up on your map, but if I'm remembering correctly, it should be here. Can go into this area, and it's basically just a little section with some mobs and more chests. Like this one, hidden spoils. Got a blue, not too bad, not amazing. Alright, let's go say hi to Alchemos, who is the boss of this particular dungeon. And I'm going to bring it up on Grim Tools just to double check, but I believe he does mostly cold damage. So, yep, cold, 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 cold. A little bit of piercing? No, that's physical. Yeah, so cold and physical. Hopefully, hopefully I'm going to be able to just stand there and tank him, but I know he does have some goop he puts on the ground, so I'll probably move out of that, and otherwise I'll just kill him. But we'll see how it goes. Should be doable. I believe he's alone as well, and we're in the wrong spot. He's over here. So kill all the priests with extreme prejudice. Don't care about the others, but I don't want to end up kiting down this pathway for some reason and then priests heal him to full. Alright, so here we go. Dash in, totem down. Haven't been frozen yet, but I'm kind of expecting it. There's cold damage. Here we go, frozen. Total resist reduction, defense reduction, cold damage, burning. Okay, we're going to get out of that. Go back to beating on him. He's going to move that, and we're going to get out of it. Actually, we are taking a decent amount of damage. So he's frozen us, we're going to move. So if you are going to come in here and do this dungeon, I do recommend freeze resistance. And, you know, just respect the boss. His MI, two-handed cold damage stuff. It's like Blitz, Pneumatic Burst, lots of classes stuff on there. Yeah, just be careful with him if your cold resist is a little low. If your freeze resist is, I'm only at 37%, but just be aware he can freeze you and then kill you. Alright, what did we get? Void Steel, Grasp of the Dead. 2 purples, a recipe, 2 blues. Not too shabby. So, that is the Bastion of Chaos, and I'll just quickly show you my collection of guns. You can now teleport. Even once you've killed him, you have to use the actual exit. You can't just teleport yourself out at that point. So we've got, you know, full page of purples, another page of purples, and you've got my gun collection, which is growing quite quickly. I don't know, it just surprised me because I got 3 of these Demon Slayers. I think I got 4 of these in one run or something like that. So I decided to keep them separate and just kind of see how many there are. Make sure I don't have any two-handed guns in here that I've missed. But anyway, that is the Steps of Torment. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.